Somebody got the munchies.
We live. Yes, adjust your microphone.
Okay, yeah.
Do that. We should.
I don't want it.
Now can you hear me?
Yes. So listen, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. So I'm in the comments with y'all right now because this is a pre-recorded um podcast for the Winter All shows because I'm on vacation, but I'm still here with y'all. So does that make sense? So like, I'm watching myself too. You know, this will be the first time that I have watched my show. I've never watched the show back after I did the show. Never. I don't like watching myself.
Wow.
Never have I ever. But tonight I have two beautiful sisters sitting. I mean, two beautiful, powerful, educated sisters sitting with me at this table. And I'm so honored to have them. To my right, I have Sister Audrey F. Muhammad. And then on my left, I have Gina Luster. Now, Gina and I, we rock on Facebook, and we haven't seen like a lot of each other like out and about. But recently, we've been running into each other a lot in a lot of places, doing good things in the community. So I'm excited about all of that. So welcome to the ATN studio, Gina, Sister Audrey. Welcome home.
Thank you.
She's always here with us. So, ladies, we got some stuff going on in the city, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Serious stuff.
And to me, it's so crazy because I think it was Gina said it on Facebook one time. It's like the women are stronger than the men.
They
Yes.
are.
You know, we are really out here picking up the baton, leading the way, doing things that should have been done a long time ago.
Right.
That is correct.
And you know, we don't we fierce. We don't let anybody, you know, wait to make us do something. We don't ask for permission. We just kick in the door and we here. And I appreciate you all because y'all vibe. We all vibe together, and that's one thing. We may not always agree, but we always rock together. You know, we come together when it's needed for a purpose, and we see it through. So, city council. I mean, what do y'all think about city council? First of all, whoever want to start off with this question.
Look at us both look at each other.
Gina, we're gonna let you go first.
Yes, please let
okay,
her go
Gina, we're gonna let you go first as a guest here. Let me adjust your mic as you talk.
I mean, you know, we had our, what did we used to call them? The Fab Five.
Yeah.
We had
Sensational Six or Fab Five.
The Fab Five was first.
Okay, yep. We had the Fab Five.
And we had to work really hard to replace them.
Yeah.
And so we thought that we had picked the right people,
right,
to be on this next go around,
right. And it wasn't for we wanted the right people for our goals and stuff. We wanted people that would just help move the city forward, that had the citizens' best interests at heart. This is what they all said when they was running, and they was running on change. But go ahead, Gina.
This is correct. We wanted people that were gonna sit in those seats and do the work. And they really did the work for like the first 90 days, and then everybody just lost their mind.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, everybody was gung ho.
I don't think it was 90 days.
Maybe
it wasn't 90
days. It wasn't 90
maybe
days.
30.
Maybe 30 days.
It was real fast.
Yeah.
The ink hadn't even dried yet. So for me, it's just like we have a group of imposters there, and now we're seeing who they really truly are.
Yeah, and that's heart wrenching. You know, when you think about it, it's very heart wrenching because at the end of the day, it should always be about the citizens. Always at the end of the day. So, Sister Audrey, you know, what's your take on the council? Same question.
I'm very disappointed. I was hoping that those that's on there that got elected would come out and really use their own mind to bring good and positive things to their community, if no more than just to their ward, not to their block, not to the community that's right surrounding them, but to their entire ward, or at least to the entire city. But we're not finding that. I mean, every time when you turn, there is a I mean, yesterday was a prime example.
Oh man, I haven't even watched that little commercial yet from yesterday.
With them coming in and not sitting there for probably 15, 20 minutes and then get up and just walk out. They don't really know what that looked like. That impact wasn't and this is my feeling on that. I feel like
yesterday too. Oh, so tell us about it. What happened?
It was over before I could get there.
It was over before I could even tune in. And I'm like, I think when I looked to see what the recording was, it was like 24 minutes total.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous.
But when they're doing that, and it seemed like it was done to try to get at those three, the few that does work. I'm talking about Eric Mays, Councilman Eric Mays, Councilwoman just Jerry Winfrey Carter, and Tanya Burns. It looked like it was trying to be, I'm just gonna fix you. But they really don't know. They left a sour taste in the mouth of the citizens of Flint that look for them to go down there and do the job. We're talking about a budget hearing.
Right.
We're talking about trying to get something in place to help the whole entire city. Not an area of the city, but the whole entire city. And then you walk out, and I believe there was one person missing. I believe that Liddell Lewis was not present. Okay. But the other ones, you're talking about your Eva Worthen, talking about Dennis Pfeiffer. Was Allie Holden Roker there? I can't remember. And you're talking about Judy Priestley. You get
the Shady Bunch.
The Shady Bunch. Yeah. You talk about them getting up and leaving out of a meeting. That is just so immature. And then
what did they leave for?
The first thing Eva like to say is that these people are acting like her students. But do she have students anymore? Because my understanding is that maybe she's not even there anymore.
Oh my God.
But it just goes around. And that's just the that's a rumor. I haven't gotten that confirmed, but I've always said it, and I ain't never hid it. She could never teach mine. Absolutely. Because of the way her behavior that she does. When you start talking about them calling people ghetto, you remember Kate Fields used to say them people. He used to talk about them people on the north side. And the fourth ward looked worse than any ward in the city.
Yeah, it does. When you ride over there, it's like it looked like M80.
Right.
About like 50 million of them just dropped in the middle of the street.
It does.
And just spread it.
Really bad. We wouldn't roll through there when we were helping during campaign season. We were helping Mike Dones.
Right.
We went over into the fourth ward and was passing out stuff. And some of the houses over there, you say this looked like worse than a third world country.
Oh, you know what else looked bad? The north side.
The north side looks bad.
They had a fire, Gina, up there the other morning, and I thought it was Skipping Willie's. The auto lot down there, right? And my cousin, she stay on Home Street. So I said, somebody said, well, see what it is while you over there, right? So I said, okay. So I went up there, and where the car lot is, right across from Vibes. I was like, all the cars was perfect. But the building over here on this side was burnt up. And I was like, well, maybe it was Skipping Willie's. And then I as you keep driving, it was a cemetery. And then was another building. It was burnt up. And then the other building was burnt up. And I'm not lying, y'all. And then it was the other building was burnt up. And then the fifth building was burnt up. So I don't know what the hell was on fire over there.
I think we have ours.
Think? You think?
Yeah, hey, man, like them school buildings that mysteriously wasn't sold, and then all of a sudden they was on fire.
Man, with Ronnie Dahl, she had you know what, Ronnie, we miss you, man. Y'all know Ronnie Dahl was gone. Yes. And so Ronnie had tried to get the report of how many fires that the city has had, and they said they don't have a record of it.
Lie.
I said they gotta be reported to the state fire marshal. They have to.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be. It have to be reported.
Yeah,
we're not in the 1800s where they didn't always keep good, perfect records. Now they keep them.
Yeah,
well, they can even go back and put your phone number in on the 911 call and see how many times you've called.
Yes. Wow,
because they did me. That. Oh yeah, they did that to me because I told them I called and they had some disrespectful dispatchers, and I said the lady was nasty. So reporting an incident with a fight near me and said the lady had a knife pulled out on the neighbors. They said, "Are you sure it's a knife?" I said, "Do you want me to go out there and tap them on the shoulder and ask?"
Oh my God!
See, that was where my mind went because I'm calling you, telling you it's serious. They're finna fight, and then the other neighbor going in the house to get a gun.
Right?
Can you please send somebody?
I did that before, Sister Audrey. I said, somebody shooting, they shooting. I'm hiding behind my truck. You know what they asked me, Gina? What kind of gun is it? I said, be a one that shoot bullets.
The one that killed you.
Okay.
Right. So, and then when I reported it, I know exactly who I reported it to. I don't think she with the Flint City Police Department anymore. It was a detective. No, she wasn't a detective. She was a supervisor, so she might have been a captain.
Okay.
And she said, I'll go back and pull it. Give me your phone number that you called from, and I'll pull all the records. That's how I found out. So she took my phone number and she went and listened to all of the calls I had made in, because I will call in. And it was that. And then the next day, they went over there and broke out windows. You know, it was a lot of stuff. So I'm calling the police like, hey, you need to get somebody over here. So she pulled all the records. She said, I didn't hear any disrespect from them. I said, I wasn't expecting for you to say that. I expect you to say that. I wasn't expecting for you to say that they was disrespectful.
Absolutely.
I'm glad. I don't think she did. I'm talking about Officer Golden.
Oh.
I'm going to call her name.
You know, we know Sister Audrey going to drop some
She
names.
gonna drop some names.
She going to drop some names.
So to kind of back up and answer your question, this ties into why Eric got walked out on last night, basically.
No, see, let me give y'all some history, hall monitors. This is Gina Luster right here, okay? And Gina said Eric, okay? We're talking about Councilman Eric Mays. Gina don't know because she called him Uncle Eric. So she kind of slips up at times. And so if she say Uncle Eric tonight, that's her uncle. Like, that's her daddy's like friend from back before she was born. So that's Uncle Eric. So.
He used to hang out with my grandfather.
Oh, okay. So that's way back. So this who she referring to. Go ahead, Gina.
So the meeting started. I'm watching it as I'm trying to get into my garage to get to it. Meeting started late. Let's make that very clear.
Late.
Very late. Again.
Dang, that's the second meeting in a row.
And you know, when the meeting starts, you're supposed to do the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag, yeah.
None of that happened.
None of that?
None of it. They just dove right in.
Well, did you see the administration there?
Was that because it wasn't an official? Was it an official?
It was a budget hearing or something for the public.
Hearing. It was a public meeting.
Okay.
I've
did
never
you see
seen them not do the
was the administration there?
Who would know? Because they sit in the very back and the cameras never go back.
Dang. Well, it was at the county building, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't really focus in and see. Because I'm like,
so,
was it just playing?
Meeting going, finally start improperly. Of course.
Who was sharing it? Who was sharing it?
What's his name? Dante Olga.
No, who was chairing the meeting?
Judy.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, because that's right. She financed, right?
Yeah.
Judy, allegedly gun told Judy.
Yes.
LT Judy.
So,
and not Lieutenant. Be respectful
started,
of the sister on here tonight.
Right.
We know what LT mean. I'll type it in. Wyntis, type it in the comments right now what LT mean. Okay.
Wyntis horse needs to stop.
I'm on my petty. I got time today. I just looked at my wrist. I got time today.
We need to make sure we're clear. What is Judy's position with the Republican Party in Genesee County?
Wait, let me finish telling you why they walked out that meeting.
Go ahead, tell us, and then we'll find out.
3 strong ones right here today.
We're gonna get to that too. So meeting started improperly. Of course, Eric sit back and let it marinate for as long as he could. Let the public speak. It was RL's time to speak.
Okay.
RL got to saying that somebody burnt his building down, his restaurant down.
Okay.
And we know RL mind go faster than his lips sometimes.
Yeah.
And he stumbled over his words. But if you pay attention, he making a whole lot of sense.
He sure do.
Okay, a whole lot of sense. So he was talking about, he felt like it was proper for him, since he in a budget here, somebody get some budget money and rebuild my restaurant.
Right. What's wrong with that?
They told him he wasn't germane. He wasn't sticking to what
in the budget hearing, ARPA money is available. He may want some money for a restaurant. I don't care what he wanted for.
So Eric called a point of information, I think it was, and said, do you realize that that's part of economic development?
Yeah.
That is a part of the budget. If he wants some houses torn down, buildings rebuilt, that's the part of
See, that's pissed me off, Jenny, because now you're trying to look down on my man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Our
Don't
L
do
got
that.
a lot of sense.
Don't do that. Don't do him like that.
Exactly. I was mad.
And who stopped him though?
Judy.
The same one that wanted him to speak the other meeting when we was there. Then she called a point of information because
the same one
she thought
allegedly
people
went and
was
got a gun for us.
that was heckling. People was heckling and y'all need to stop it. We was like, we laughing at you. We ain't laughing at him.
So if you watch the video, you see they started when Eric was telling her, and by the way, you know, you didn't do some stuff right. You want to follow they want to be a stickler on the rules for him.
Right.
But not for themselves.
Absolutely.
Or their friends.
Right.
Colleagues. So when he's telling her, like, hey, you were supposed to do A, B, and C, and D. This is a proper meeting right now. I saw the chairs. And it was like they counted 1, 2, 3. And there they go.
They already had that plan.
It was planned.
You can't synchronize anything without practicing it.
Yeah. And who left?
Only one stayed was Quincy and Eric.
Damn. Really?
And Tanya.
Really?
Thank you, Quincy, for staying.
Thank you, Quincy, for staying. I do appreciate that.
Thank you, Quincy, Eric, and Tanya. Was Councilman Winfrey Carter must not have been off from work yet or something?
No, I don't think she was there yet.
Okay.
She probably
was on her way. Knowing
yes.
her, because she'll come after she comes right there after she get off work.
And that's another thing too. I do not like those meetings over there in that county building. You cannot see everyone. The camera is not angled right or something. You should be able to see everyone. Sometimes you can only see this one side. Then you got the monitor in the middle, so you can't hardly see who's sitting up at.
So Paul is not using their system because when they have their county commissioners meeting, it's beautiful.
You can see everybody.
Every crystal clear is sitting like our microphones here. They're crystal clear when they speak. When Josh is speaking so eloquently into the microphone.
So no, I don't believe he's using theirs because when you're in their meetings, the monitors are on.
Oh.
But we in a council meeting, no monitors.
So that's probably what Paul was doing with that little phone. He had his phone over there. Getting up there talking about ARPA money. You got a contract for the city. You wrong.
I don't
leading
know.
the people, your wife out there in that lobby with that other contract, selling that stuff out there in the lobby. You wrong.
I just know in order for them to be able to get up like that and sync, that was discussed before the meeting.
Yep.
Or during
I
the
agree.
Meeting. Or during the meeting. You know, it's no secret, you know.
Because they got their phone.
Or they might have texted each other.
Yeah.
Count of 3.
Or somebody else text them and said, get up and go.
I'm just get up and leave.
I ain't gonna be messy today. I'm gonna be nice because
I'm
my
going to
first
speak
time
what's
here.
on my mind.
It's my first invite, and I want to be invited again. So I'm gonna be
nice. You're not gonna get invited again if you ain't shady. So Todd, you better let her know. And I know Gina can be shady, baby.
So that's why they walked out.
Okay.
That's why now we don't have a budget, and it's due Tuesday. So I don't know how
they gonna call. You gotta have it posted.
They can't have a meeting on Monday.
Because it's the holiday.
So somebody they probably gonna have to post it tomorrow.
31st. Do they have to the 31st?
Well, it's probably Tuesday, maybe
Wednesday, because they have to have it done by the 1st. My assessment of this is this. You wait till the last minute and then they're gonna have to try to push something through.
Of course.
Which is what they want to do anyway, because they did that on several other times when they voted. They'll wait and stall out until it's the last minute. Do you know the Fab Five used to do that?
So now we got a budget due.
Yeah.
What
ARPA
we gonna do with
funds.
ARPA funds due?
Right.
All on the same day.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And they walked out on the meeting.
So I'm gonna kill that fly. I'm so tired of that fly. Now listen, y'all.
I won't say the word. They talk about fly.
So yeah, so that right there, it should be enough that should be enough for any of their constituents to be really upset.
Yeah.
And again,
you all have to start coming to city council meetings and voicing your opinions on stuff. You all that's sitting around, you know that your council person is not right, they're not correct. Come down and voice your opinion. Come to the council meetings. Please do. Come in, write something. Write to the ombudsperson's office. right to
Do
the
you guys have an
committee. What is
ombudsman?
it?
Ethics and accountability.
Ethics and
Ethics and
accountability.
Do y'all have
accountability.
an
You could do that
ombudsman?
on top.
I
You
don't
could do
think
that
we
online.
do.
She's an interim. She's the one that's
She's
sitting
coming
How
in.
long she been interim?
since Tanae quit back in
What?
September.
Well, she permanent now.
Almost a year.
Just like the fire chief, then they have it once you enter for so long, you automatically
you
yours.
automatically
yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
Cause she was just a clerk before. Who gonna go from an $80,000 job and when somebody come back in, you gotta go back and make a 20-something thousand.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
But I want to know if she qualified. But maybe y'all can ask the questions. I don't know who she is, and it's not about who if you like her or not. I just want to know if she's gonna be able to.
I don't
do
just
that.
want to know who
That's
she
it.
is.
That's
Yeah.
it. Y'all gotta quit thinking.
But my
stuff so
understanding
personal.
is that she
I'ma
learned
kill
a
that
lot
fly.
while she was there working in the position that she was in. She know a lot of the procedures. She know a lot of the way. That's the reason why she's in there as an interim, because she was doing a lot of the stuff and helping with getting a lot of the things done.
So
Yep.
so hopefully we have a listening
Listen,
we need
Gina,
a whole bunch
why
of people to
Gina's
listen.
warming up,
Yeah.
and you done warmed up now, Gina.
Yes,
This is what
maybe
I want to talk about.
we don't want a rubber stamper or a robot or
Nope.
a puppet.
No, none of that.
Nope.
We want somebody that's like gonna challenge them if they wrong. You know what I'm saying? If
Yes.
you wrong, if you right. It's not about you always gotta stick with your friends. Do you hear what I'm telling you?
Mhm.
You don't. We can all be on council.
Mhm.
I may not like everything that you do. It's okay if I say, Gina, I can't vote with you on that because I just
Exactly.
can't
it's
support
okay.
that.
And that's
And
We
if
should
they
be
your
able
friend,
to
they'll
leave that
respect
there,
that.
right?
I respect that.
And but they can't do that. And you know what bothers me the most? It be the men. Some of it be the men, you know what I'm saying? Like Dennis abstained from everything. He don't see nothing. He don't see nothing. I'm like, he was like when we was at the council meeting
That's
the
why I
other
made
day.
that comment.
The
Yeah.
other day, I'm like, Dennis, he was like, I said, go in there and they trying to put out maize. Go in there and help him. He was like, well, I'm going to have to abstain because I ain't seen it. Well, go in there so you can at least see the rest of it. It don't matter. Just go in there.
How many times he
What did
abstained
y'all-
that
what did-
night? About 3?
He abstained at least twice that I know of. It may have been 3, but he was abstained. And then they play that abstain joke all the time, like they be counting the votes in their head.
They are.
And then sometimes they play musical chairs with who's gonna vote with the Tanya, Jerry, and Eric. They let one of them vote with them because they still got the other. They got their 5.
They got their
regardless.
vote.
So they be like, yeah, it's trying to look good. That don't make you look good because we still don't like you.
Mm.
But the thing about it is, what bothers me is that I said Flint feels like this vibe of 1963 Selma, Alabama.
It's getting there.
That Carolyn Bryant, Emmett Till, like you can feel that spirit in the air. And that's why we're here tonight, because M. Lies did a article about 3 white councilwomen left the meeting or something like that. I don't quote me what the topic was, but I know what I read. It was basically saying 3 white councilwomen left because they were scared or being followed or something like that. And then you hear you get this resolution. Now, my daughter in the 5th grade, I posted it. I think you seen it and laughed about it, where Sheldon said that anybody comes to the parking garage, he signed an executive order that you can be arrested. My baby was like, Mama, when we went down there, Miss Tanya had to let us in. I was like, well, why he saying that you gonna get arrested? Can't nobody get in there? I said,
one don't have anything to do with the other. One is across the street. One at the city, one at the county.
Girl,
we were at the county.
He had to do something.
We were at the county public parking garage where you gotta get your ticket and
But
pay
tell
to
us
get
the
out.
story, y'all. What happened? What really happened?
I'm at home watching it and getting ready to cook dinner.
Okay.
I wasn't planning on coming.
Okay.
And I'm watching it and I'm just like, wait a minute. Am I hearing what I think I'm hearing? Let me get up and go down there. Before I could do that, I get a phone call like,
oh, I thought our phones were silenced. Sorry. That's Jamaica calling me.
I get a phone call like, you might need to get down there. They trying to throw Eric out again. So I think I had on mismatched socks. I just like,
we're I see you when you came in too.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm like, so I get there and I smoke cigarettes. I need to stop. But I'm
I didn't know
smoking.
you smoke cigarettes.
Yeah,
girl.
I need to stop.
Come on, Jamaica, quit. Jamaica, quit calling me.
So I get there and I'm finishing up my cigarette, but I'm still watching the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, I just hear all of this cursing and F this, F that, F these MFs. I don't got to put up with this SHI. I mean, I'm like, so I'm trying to grab my other phone because I'm still watching the meeting on one phone. I'm trying to grab my other phone because I recognize some voices. Now they at the door. I'm parked about 4 or 5 cars down from the door.
Right, because the first few spots is handicapped, and some of the council people be parking in there illegally.
Yes, yes,
Ooh,
yes. And
okay.
I'll tell you who's parked in that. But anyways,
Okay.
so I'm fumbling to get my other phone, and I get my phone, and you know how Facebook Live do you?
You gotta hit all them.
You gotta hit all that stuff, and then it's like it's thinking, and because you're in that parking structure, your signal isn't as strong.
Right.
So it's taking some time.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get them cussing, and I'm sitting in my
no fireworks, is there?
Yeah, they are.
They are, okay.
So I'm sitting in my truck, and all I could think was, don't let them see you.
Mm-hmm.
Let them continue.
So wait a minute. So you pulled up and you doing one of them.
I'm down like this.
Okay.
And all I got up is my phone. And I got my cigarette dangling still out my mouth.
Gina, you crazy.
The scene was crazy. I said, oh no, they ain't caught. Keep on cussing.
Who was it again?
So it was Judy Priestley.
Now, you was down there with her?
Worthing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
okay.
Yeah, I'm about to pass the baton in a minute.
Judy Priestley, Allie Herderoder,
and Eva.
Okay.
So it looks like Eva was probably parked in the handicap. She was first one in her car.
Okay.
And I'm still like this. Now they walking past, they see me. I'm busted. As they see me,
did you hear?
I see Sister Audrey Muhammad's car going. You can see her coming in there.
I'm coming in the parking lot.
Rolling up in there like Medea pulled up in that grocery store parking lot. That's how she was flying.
That's how she got out. She got out with that purse. I'm like, ooh, come save me. I'm still scared. I'm like, ooh, I'm caught now. Okay, what am I gonna do? Keep rolling. So
right,
I done did this, slid up off my truck, and I'm leaning on my truck. Still got the video going. So when Eva goes by, if you see her, she saw me. Allie did the smart thing. Just got in her car and kept it moving. No.
She don't want nothing from the state where she works.
That part. Mm-hmm. No. Miss Conservative, Make America Great Again, wants to jump out her car.
Yeah.
And coming towards me.
Oh, damn. In your personal space?
Here she come. I'm like, man, this lady don't want none of this today. I'm already got all this built up frustration because my house under construction.
You didn't have one of them basements with that poop in there, did you?
She didn't want none.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't want to have to get my little Annie out. So we are. Hey, I got my CCW too.
Yeah, but we don't promote.
So why you want to do that?
And
right.
We don't want people to feel threatened, and you shouldn't have to feel threatened. No,
right. I shouldn't have to go to a council meeting with my gun.
Right.
Yeah. I don't need it even in my car to go to no council meeting. Right. So
well, you wasn't the one that was going to get yours, or nor did you have it.
I didn't even have mine.
You don't think about bringing it to no council meeting. What?
But I'm like, man, I gotta go. Am I gonna have to go? So it was just grace of God. Sister Audrey came. You see her vehicle. She get out. And I guess
God will send you an angel.
I guess she didn't see Sister Audrey at first.
Yeah.
Because she probably wouldn't have jumped out her car then.
Oh, God. See,
right.
God shielded her from
Judy,
that demon couldn't see that angel approaching.
Coming.
Yeah.
And so she was cussing.
At you?
Yeah.
Oh,
And I
Lord.
stopped right by her. I stopped right by Gina, like, she been like
On live?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
lie.
she was trying
I
to
still
come.
got it.
We were standing on one side of the drive, and she was on the other side getting out of her car. She stopped her car. I think you said something about what you trying to do, hit me or something. And
I said, what you gonna do? Run me over?
Yep, because
Or
the way
you gonna
she was
beat me
backing
up?
out was like she was trying to run
Wait
her
a
over.
minute, Gina.
And she got out of her car.
Y'all mean to tell me she was backing out of her vehicle?
She is backing out in her vehicle.
Stopped it
Stopped
to
put it
get
in park,
out.
and then got
And
out
got
and
out.
came over, and they said we threatened her.
But see, that's what kills me in a work situation.
I was like, I just pulled up. I don't even know what's. I just said, why they leave it? Because I have been watching it
She wanna know
live.
why they leave
And
it.
I'm
Right.
thinking, Gina,
Yeah.
keep going
And the only
live.
thing I know is I heard Liddell say, we're going to take a 5-minute intermission or break or something, right?
Recess, yeah.
Recess.
Yeah.
And so when I heard her say that, I said, okay, that's going to give me time to get here. And I was pulling in the parking ramp. At that time, I could see them coming out as I was coming through. They was going to their cars. I'm like, why all of them? Why they leave it?
And then on top of that, the city officials were right behind them.
Yep.
Because you
it
hear
was the
me.
City officials that was behind them, not any of us.
Not no residents. They had left because it was 5-minute recess and they gone.
Right.
So you hear me on the live. I tell the young lady, I like your shoes. Lady that worked for the city. All I said was y'all mad. And I said, you messed up. Because I really thought that Judy was level-headed enough to kind of calm that tension. I thought that she would be the,
She came in there sweet like that at first. She said she never watched the council meeting before. Do y'all believe that lie?
I don't believe
it no more.
I don't believe it.
Because she came in already. Because the day, I'm going to tell you, the day after the election, someone told me, said I was riding down Richfield Road, and who did I see out in the parking lot talking and having a meeting out in the parking lot at the Kroger's on Richfield Road? Kate Fields and Liddell Lewis. Yes, ma'am. And I got the phone call while they was in action there meeting up. So Kate Fields all along was telling them what to do and how to come in there. She's still very much intricately involved. And when the person called me and told me, I'll tell y'all off camera when we end up recording who it was that called me and told me, you probably can about figure. But they called me and said, I'm just going to let you know who it was I saw. And she said, and I turned around and went back and spoke to them so I could make sure that they saw me. Yep. So that's why I said they was playing games all along. But
Sister Audrey never even got within 10 feet of the lady.
Right.
So I'm trying to see what the threat was.
I never threatened that lady. That's another lie from that whole clique.
Yeah, because
all of them lie.
Even said
that just lie like that. All of them, every single one of them have told some of the most crazy, ridiculous,
egregious lies.
Oh,
like Eva said, I went back and listened because Eva said somebody said that they was gonna beat her in her head. And
I wonder who that was. It
must
have been one of the city administrators because those were the only. Because that was the only people that was behind her.
I'm gonna be on her head.
Yeah,
nobody behind her, but the city.
But just think about Jerry Winfrey Carter. She said, "While you're looking at me, not why you looking at me."
Yeah,
and she got a warning for even saying anything in the meeting. But that go to show you the ignorance. Yep, I said it, ignorance of our city council members, including and especially the one that was sitting up there. That was the chairperson of that committee.
Yeah.
You believe that you was told, why you looking at me, when she clearly came back and said, wow, you cannot even accept that. Maybe I made a mistake. I apologize for making a mistake. Even when they told her she made a mistake. Yeah, I'm talking about Councilwoman Liddell Lewis from the 2nd Ward. There's been too many times that she has made mistakes and even being corrected. Even with the situation with Pastor Thompson. She didn't even take action where she could have been humble enough to even apologize to him.
Just 2 words. I'm sorry.
Or even just say, I may have made a mistake. Except you may have made a mistake, but you have showed us your lack of communication. You showed us your lack of ability to be humble, to really lead the 2nd Ward the way that it is. And no, this is not a plug for me. It's your lack of ability.
It should be a plug for you.
It's a
recall Liddell
so
council for 2nd Ward City Council. I support Sister Audrey Muhammad.
She need to just resign.
She do, because
And when
go
Adam
back to
Ford got up there
Maryland.
and asked all of them to resign, she should be one of the first ones to get in line to resign.
You know what?
She really should.
Don Pfeiffer. Shout out to Don Pfeiffer. I said it. I said it.
Why
Shout
his
out to
brother
John,
don't do no better?
to Don Pfeiffer, because Don Pfeiffer said
his brother need to do
if
better.
Liddell really, if that voter registration card is accurate, because the charter said that you got to be registered to vote in the city of Flint for 12 months.
And she was.
And she wasn't.
Go ahead, say it.
Don Pfeiffer said if this is accurate, she should just automatically step down. The citizens, the judges, everybody should just do their job, and she should just step down and don't waste people time doing no recall, tying up the courts,
right?
Taxpayers' money, none
So
of that.
can I just honestly reveal this right here? And y'all gonna hear me saying this right here because I've already said it to several. During the time when we first started the vote, and I'm gonna tell you, I actually called, and I can find the email. I think I sent it to Gloria Boone in the clerk's office, questioning her residency. It was questioned, like we had to turn those papers in April. It was questioned by May. It might have been a couple of weeks after they said, if you have any discrepancies, you have to turn it in. Eric said you might have missed the deadline. Councilman Eric Mays told me.
Still, they still had to get it though.
So I questioned Gloria Boone, and she said to me, I can't say too much on that because she can't reveal certain things. She said, but the state cleared her, is what Gloria Boone said to me on the phone. And the only reason why I called Gloria was because I had sent an email questioning it because too many things had come up with her address in Oxon Hill, Maryland. Including those elections that she had, those things that she had registered for in those elections, those boards that she had been appointed to. And not only just that, she had not long talked to a friend of mine who she was helping with an article or a book or something. And when she was helping that person, the person said to me, oh, I didn't know that's where she lived. And it threw up a signal to me to say, she don't even live there at that address. So her address came back that she had an address on Kent. She had an address in Davison. Kent Street, right here around the corner. And she also had an address.
That's why.
And she also had an address in Oxon Hill, Maryland. So I called.
Oh, she got properties.
So I called because I was concerned because it had come to me from somebody in the community. Do she really live there?
Yeah.
She don't live there. I talked to her not long ago, and that wasn't where she lived. She lived in Maryland. I said, so I called the person back and said, so
look,
do she live?
I just sat up here in my chair.
So do she live in Maryland? And then the lady just bust out laughing on the phone. She said, I see you did your homework. And she said, that's where I knew she lived, was in Maryland. And the lady had not long talked to her. And that's where she had confirmed with this lady that she lived there. That's the reason why I called Gloria Boone's office. But before that, I'm going to find the email that I sent to Gloria, question her, because Eric May said, if you got questions about it, send it to Gloria, question them on it.
Right.
So that's what she right there in 2021. So if she's in violation, so now you're talking about the the Flint City Clerk's office should be held liable. Genesee County Clerk's office, and if Gloria was telling the truth and saying that the state of Michigan verified her, the state of Michigan should be held liable.
Let me step in.
They all let her pass through.
So if she stay on Kent Street, so that would make sense why her son attends schools in the 7th Ward.
That might not be the reason why, but anyway.
Well, I'm saying, like, if she stayed over here in the 7th Ward, that ain't the reason why. Okay, well, you know what? Usually in politics,
we'll talk about that off camera.
And families are off air, so we're not going to discuss that. That's not how we roll,
right?
People, nor do we roll anonymously or fake pagely.
Yep.
No,
all of that.
These women don't.
No,
some of you men might, or whatever you might want to be.
My page is my government name.
And I do have 2 pages. One is Audrey F. Muhammad, Audrey F. Young Muhammad, and one is just Audrey Muhammad. So I do have 2 Facebook pages. They're not fake. The other one, I don't even hardly post.
I'm going to say, but they both you.
But they both are me. And my pictures are me, my babies, my grandbabies. My family is on those pages.
I mean, I would like credit for my stuff. I do.
I do
Yeah,
too.
you
I do
already
too.
know.
I do too. I ain't
Ain't that
fake.
on the
I ain't the
same
one to
shit.
throw a rock
I
and then say I
tried
did.
it, and
I threw it, you gonna know.
try to be totally transparent. Let me tell it first before anybody else tell it for me, because I don't want to be embarrassed. I had tried the fake page one time. Didn't even last. I don't think I made it 2 days.
Did you get confused?
I would have got
No,
confused.
I didn't
I
get
got
confused.
I got
Person that I
confused.
used to talk to called me and said,
It wasn't a fake page.
"Listen,"
though.
he said, "I know this you. You're not good at this." I was like, "How did you figure it out?" He was like, "Cause you talking to yourself the same. You like
So-
you
So,
answering."
so you ain't all
Under
the
you.
fake pages that they be accusing you of. I'm throwing shade right now.
No, I'm not the people.
You know you about 2 or 3 fake Facebook pages.
Girl, when they said I was my mama even you know what, they went at me so hard. My mom even said, "You sure you ain't Terry
No, your
Carter?"
mama did that shit. I'm
She said,
done.
"You sure that ain't you?"
Oh my
I
goodness.
said,
But
"Mama,
they was
I'm telling you that ain't
convincing.
me."
They was convincing that
Mom.
that was you.
And I'm telling you, I ain't lying. I'm in the comments right now. Type Wyntis, type it in the comment right now. Did Mama ask us that? Look, I'm sounding crazy now.
See, for real,
That's why I
I've
didn't
gotten
do
the
good.
calls. I know it was Wyntis. I said, I promise you,
It wasn't
not,
me.
It
It
is
wasn't me.
not her.
I
I
am
got
not
my
Terry
suspicion
Carter.
of who it is, but it is not her.
I'm not Terry Carter. I would like for people to give
I
me
can't do
credit
it. I'd
when
be
I say stuff.
confused. I've been told on myself in the first
Right.
10 minutes.
Look, I'm so crazy. I had set up a Facebook page for the mosque, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, who set up a Facebook page for the mosque? Because I done forgot it.
Just that quick.
I looked in there and seen it was me. I had set it up like a couple of years ago. That's how crazy I am. So I know I don't do Facebook. I mean, no extra pages with my name on them. I had did them for, different things we had going on, and then forgot I had done
Sister Audrey, you said something that really, really touched me, because in case you don't know, the Water Warriors got their name because we basically became little detectives and attorneys and scientists.
Yes.
And so we fact check, just like when somebody want to come on y'all page, y'all go and vet them out.
Right.
You just don't let any
We don't do that. That's why the group is private. I don't care about reaching no 20,000 members and see that. I'm good with that.
Yeah. So when new folks come in town and want to run for office or insert themselves in our spaces, we find out who they are.
That's a damn shame. We vet people
Only
for
thing
a
I did was
Facebook
Google
group.
her
and
and
not
We
it all
can't
came
trust
up.
nobody no more.
We don't even
You
vet them for
can't.
office.
It wasn't nothing personal.
Yeah.
It really wasn't. I actually really had a lot of good faith in her. I actually did. I said, I don't care. You seen, I didn't run a dirty campaign. I ran a clean campaign. I'm not going out with the campaign smear tactics. I just did not do that. That wasn't me. And I really had good faith that she would come and go around and that we would be able to work together. Now, she did send me text messages in the past, a long time ago, but she's never reached out to me. Sending me a text message or that you having a community program is not reaching out to me. I did not appreciate that lie she told at city council, how she'd been reaching me. I've had a new phone number since back in September. Okay, if you was trying to reach me, you'd have known I had a new phone number since back in September.
So
you had
she
never
was
reached
sending
out to me.
texts to the wrong number.
the
Talk
wrong
about
number.
she had receipts of sending it, but now it makes sense.
Now it makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah.
So, but if you had been contacting me the time I did call you, you'd have known you never made contact back with me.
Yeah.
So why should I keep contacting you? You don't have my new phone number.
Right.
A lot of y'all don't have my new phone number because I'm not going to deal with that. If you didn't contact me before, why do I need you to call me now? Everybody in this room got my number because y'all people that I contact.
Absolutely.
There's a couple other people that's hit or miss, but this the same. Don't sit up in front of somebody and say you got receipts, because you're going to look like a fool, and I'm going to make you look like a fool. 810-423-1181 is not my number anymore. It has not been my number since about September the 22nd. So she lied. Understand, if you was trying to contact me, you don't contact me by sending me a flyer to something you having in the community. Call me.
And what did I do when I couldn't get a hold of you? I inboxed you.
You inboxed me on Facebook.
I started calling you on
call me through Messenger.
Right.
That's it. And I had other people. I'm like, oh dang, I'm sorry. I mean,
People can find you when they want to.
Yeah.
I love First Lady April Hawkins. She didn't have my new number. She inboxed me on Facebook. I'm like, oh sis, I forgot I ain't seen you my number. Here's my new number. Then she could call me. Then she called me. But that's the thing. It's several people that did that. So quit lying and going out there saying, see, I got the receipts. No, you're a lie, because I'm gonna prove that you a lie. Right. And that's why I said it to her. But that ain't the only thing she done lied about. And she keep lying. That's what I don't appreciate is her time. If you gonna say something to me, like I tell anybody, I do enough stuff that you could tell on me. Right. Don't lie on me. Right. If you want to know what it is I'm doing, call me. Right. Ask me. You know, like you say, you told me what you tell me. You brutally honest, Sister Muhammad.
You gotta be. You gotta
be. And I hate doing that. I try to avoid it, but it comes a time where it's a lot of stuff I done got tagged in on everybody, on Facebook. Mm-hmm. I will not go in and say I like it or nothing like that, because I didn't want to go there. I just did not do it. It's things that came even when I knew it was the truth. Even when I knew she was messing up big time. I still never went out and attacked her. I stayed away from it. But then when she started lying on me and calling my family members and lying, she didn't know they was my family, and they had to tell her, we ain't get, they pushed her away. You trying to lie on me and say I said something about you? Let me clear that one up, Ladell Lewis. You weren't even in town when the incident happened. I got a phone call from somebody concerned about a certain person at Freeman Elementary School that was at Freeman Elementary School that was over there reading to the children that is a convicted felon, and they had not gone through the proper process to go through to get checked out before they went into school. The person called me because they wanted to go at Eva Worthing and Mayor Neely. So they wanted to use it. And I said, what you got to do is you can look that person up yourself. That's public record, their felons that they had, why they went to prison. But I already knew why they went to prison, but that's not for me to share. When I mentioned that on the show with you and Kevin Tay that day, somebody, a troublemaker, an instigator, decided to go to Ladell Lewis and say, she's talking about you. I never said a name. So Ladell Lewis, what's she doing? I'm going to just say it. She called my brother in the nation to try to report me. And he told her she didn't say your name, period. I'm just calling her out because I don't like that. And then even when I went to her at the city council meeting to say, hey, man, you need to talk because somebody trying to come between us, and I ain't trying to make no bad blood. She looked at me and stepped toward me like she was trying to intimidate. You can't intimidate me. I only tried to talk to you. And then you still went out and lied and said that I said it. You told me then you heard what I said. If you heard what I said, Lewis, you would have known that I didn't say what you claiming and spreading around in the community that I said. You'd have known that.
Now, let me say this.
Go ahead.
I'm glad you brought up the state, because that's fishy. And that's something the Water Warriors need to look into, because we all know how that voting commission was all in Flint at that time because of John Gleason and some other accusations. So that election should have been one of the cleanest elections in Flint history because they was all here. Right. So some of these things that are happening in Flint, if you follow the dots, Ray Charles can see that it leads right back to Lansing.
Who's in Lansing?
Some people that tricked us, some of those imposters again, and came through as Democrats, but are being puppet mastered.
Can I say what I want to say? Because I'm brutally honest. You talking about our governor and our attorney general that let them people off?
Yes.
Because the people need to know that our governor and our attorney general let off the ones they claim as Republicans.
Yes.
They let them off from poisoning us.
Yes.
And so that makes me say y'all all the same.
Same.
So the Croft got off last week. They dropped the charges on him. He was the last one.
Yeah, he was the last one. But all roads lead back to Lansing.
There you go. You heard it.
All roads lead back to Lansing. Even this information.
What kind of favors did they get from the Republicans that they turning over favors to let them get off from poison in Flint? And you ran on the fact that you was going to help Flint.
Even painted Dr. Weaver's face on the side of the damn bus.
Let me ask y'all,
There you go.
where is all of this extra water that we supposed to get until we clean and clear? Because we not clean and clear.
Oh, that's a whole nother violation. So the judge is on somebody's head right now because they are in the city of Flint is in violation, and the judge is like, this ain't happening again. So stay tuned.
And my water is still poison.
Yeah, that hit today.
The judge stepped up and said, hold on, you telling me y'all missed another deadline? So they're being sued for not.
The city of Flint?
Yes, it's an article.
And then we talking about we wasting money and taxpayer dollars because Eric Mays is going and following lawsuit complaints, and we're constantly paying out for lawsuit complaints for stuff that we haven't taken care of.
About the water.
The article says the mayor
he want to move into a new building.
The article says the mayor and the city of Flint are being sued by the ACLU attorneys for violating the settlement.
Because the mayor could have done something. He been in office how many years? 3?
On the second term.
But he want a new city hall. So we
going into the 4th term because he got elected in 2019, right before COVID happened, right?
He worried about what the news reporting.
Is he buying off the news people?
He got that much money.
I'm going to show it.
He got that much.
Or is it just his friends?
I just think it's a lot of favors being talked.
Yeah,
it's a lot of favors
like
being
Santos had that fake degree, and they almost that man. Whew,
he Lord.
And I want to say this also.
Don't nobody in Flint get held accountable.
And this ain't hating. I tell people all the time, I don't have to like your politics. I'll call you out on your politics, but that don't mean I don't like you.
That don't mean I don't like you.
Okay, let's get that clear.
Absolutely.
I mean, Gina done came to me about some stuff. You done came to me about some stuff.
That don't mean I don't like you.
Absolutely.
Right.
You know,
people be all
they taking it too
tender.
They take it too personal. And the higher your degree, you should be able to see through some of the stuff that's going on. How you got a high degree and can't figure it out is what I'm trying to figure out. I mean, I know people that don't even have a high school diploma that can figure this out.
Yeah.
And how you got a doctorate degree and can't figure
R.I.P. The late BB told me when I decided to throw my hat in and run for office, if you gonna do it, you better have a thick skin and a short memory.
Better.
And I was like, why I gotta have a short memory? I got the thick skin part about it. But the short memory, it took me a minute to figure it out. And then as I started looking, I'm like, wow, at the end of the day, they all is cool.
Yeah.
We thinking they beefing.
No, they cool.
They had White Horse together.
Yeah.
They memories stop when they leave out that door.
Absolutely. They sure do.
And you know what? You know who first tried to teach me that was Councilman Mays. He said he told the council that a long time ago when he first started. He said we should be able to argue here and then go get a drink afterwards.
Yes,
because they
had a cut.
They sure do it.
And
the
they
representatives and the senators, they all do it.
They all do it.
They all do it.
If you watch Lansing around 5:00, 5:30, you'll see a little trail of folks hanging together, going to that little strip club down the street from the Capitol. That's got that good popcorn. Yeah. They are together.
About politicians and popcorn.
But guess what?
And strippers.
But guess who else get along better than you think?
Who?
Your lawyers. You better know it.
Oh,
I came out the bathroom and seen one of my lawyers one day laughing and talking with my opponent's lawyers.
Yes.
And they was laughing. I'm okay, I'm gonna call you later on.
Yes.
Yep.
They hanging right out with each other. They taking a dive. What can we do about this case? You better know it.
So as adults, we gotta, we show out a little bit, but we gotta do better. Our kids are watching this. Now I got a high schooler and because of the internet, I'm having she at school sending me TikToks of her because her friends then send them to her like, ain't this your Uncle Eric? Now you supposed to be in school. I'm paying a mortgage payment for you to go to school.
Right.
Don't get me started. I want to choke her sometimes. Nah, it's like, but I'm paying a mortgage payment and you texting me TikToks because y'all spreading it all through powers. So I just say we got to do better.
Yeah, we do.
But we also got to start holding people a lot more accountable for their actions.
Yes, we do.
There's no reason on the earth our pipe shouldn't be replaced.
Right.
Oh, that reminds me. I gotta send y'all a picture. I had a notice on my door the other day saying everything at my address was completed and that there was nothing else to be done there. Da 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 da. It was a door hanger on my door. Anybody else get that? I gotta find it because when I took it in house, it says like all the pipe repair, anything that needed to be done there is completed, like the sidewalks and everything. No,
they did some work.
No, it ain't completed because I still got lead in my house.
So because I'm a new homeowner, I need to find out. I got a house filtration system. So
everybody
I
can
do
afford
too,
that.
it came with the house. I can't afford it either. It came with the house.
I got one too.
So my
Everybody can't afford that.
My whole thing is I got a door knocker from the city of Flint, and I should have brought it. It's saying to get called to see to get my pipes changed. So I don't think mine have been replaced.
Dang, they got.
But
I'm in the 8th ward though.
I should get my water tested again and all the faucets again. At one, it was in the basement. It had 100 and something parts per billion in the water down in the basement where I wash my clothes.
Oh yeah, mine was at 80 at my old house.
In the bathroom on the thing because I knew they didn't want me to test it down there. And the state pulled up at my house, scared the mess out of me. I know what the state coming over here for.
But there's no reason that all of our pipes shouldn't be replaced. We had the talent. Every time we get somebody talented enough to do the work, we run them off because we don't want to pay them enough. I'm sitting in the county commissioner meeting. They arguing they don't want to pay the medical examiner. You know how much school you got to go to be a medical examiner? They don't want to pay the medical examiner.
I got a close family member that lives in out of state, lives in Ohio. And he was a part of the ones who redid the pipes in Toledo.
Mm-hmm.
He told me when the water crisis first started, he said, y'all ain't got nobody up there that's qualified. He said, I'm going to tell you right now, they do better just to pay the company I work with and get it done.
Hey, Ecom was qualified.
They wouldn't do it.
Listen, y'all, we going to come back because I
show.
like this. I like this. We're going to have to do us a little round table, sister circle discussion. I like that. The sister circle discussion. That's right.
Yes.
You know what? Thank y'all.
Thank you.
No problem.
For finally coming and having a seat at the table.
I know.
Miss Luster. And
they've been inviting me. It's all been my fault. My life is just hectic right now.
That's okay. You on time because we don't come on the next week.
Good.
And then we on right now. What's up, Wyntis? How you doing, girl? You look good. And Sister Audrey, as always, thank you so much for always blessing the A10 Studios. Shout out to A10 News Media Group and the best producer in the world, Mickey Jordan. I got that memorized in my head. We love y'all. Next week, I will be back live.
And get some water bottles.
Next week, I will be back live in the search for Sasquatch. Stay tuned for a special edition as we hunt for Bigfoot.
Whoa.
And then the next week, when I get back live again, I'm bringing a popo with me. We got some more popo coming to the studio. Have a good